What if building an app started with just an idea? You describe what you want, and Dreamflow starts building. Dreamflow brings omni-surface editing to app development. Edit visually, with code, or via an agent. Start with a visual canvas, where you can interact with and inspect your running app. And adjust any property right here in the UI. Dreamflow is code native, so your code is the single source of truth. And when you're ready to collaborate with AI, just right-click. Add context, share a screenshot, or tell the agent exactly what you want. Dreamflow's agent understands your running app. It's reading your project, searching files, even fixing errors in real time. So when you ask for a change, the agent builds it for you right where you left off. Connect to backends, APIs, and databases in seconds. No boilerplate, no copy-paste. When you're ready to ship, deploy directly to the App Store. This is Dreamflow, a smarter, faster, more flexible way to build production Flutter apps.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mano, and I'm excited to welcome you to the first version of Dreamflow Buildfest. So, Buildfest is a series that we come up with earlier in the year. Initially, when we started, it was focused primarily on Flow builders. But as you know, we recently launched Dreamflow, which is an AI agentic plus visual plus IDE sort of a builder. That's why we have again come up with Dreamflow Buildfest, where it focuses on using Dreamflow to build apps faster with much more greater quality. And this is the first version of Dreamflow Buildfest that we are doing. And it for today's session, it has two focuses. One is just an introduction of what Dreamflow is, and the second one is creating an app quickly on Dreamflow. I would like to introduce the speakers today. So meet our speakers, Pooja Bhaumik, who is a developer advocate at Flutterflow, as well as Vivek Yadav, who is an enterprise solutions architect at Flutterflow. Pooja will focus on giving you an overview of what Dreamflow is, while Vivek will take you on a hands-on journey of building your app using Dreamflow. Now, I have two exciting things to talk to you about. One is App of the Month. So every month we announce on our showcase what is one of the best apps that have been built using Dreamflow. So if you feel that you have created something that's marvelous and definitely deserves being showcased on our website, that's dreamflow.app, you can scan this QR code to have the form handy, as well as just save this bit.ly link, that is bit.ly/dreamflowaom, if you want to submit your entries for App of the Month. So the app that wins App of the Month gets 500 credits in your Dreamflow account, which you can use to create many apps. As well as in case if you are just have just started on the app development journey, you can use the credits that you will get to continue with your journey. Now, second interesting thing that we have is the social media challenge. So this is something that will happen right now. So I would suggest you to quickly scan this up. That is bit.ly/dreamflowsm challenge, where you are going to tweet tagging our Twitter handles as well as LinkedIn handles on Twitter and LinkedIn with two hashtags. One is hashtag built with Dreamflow, and the second one is BuildFest Dreamflow. And using this, you can also showcase that you have been building in this current session as well as what you will build in the future. We are so much excited to see what you are going to create in today's session. Now I'll hand it over to Pooja, who's going to do an overview of what Dreamflow is. Over to you, Pooja.
Hi, thank you, Manu. All right, let me see if I can share my screen. All right. Hey everyone, say hi in the chat if you are here and where all you're coming from, like which city. I would love to know a little bit more about you before we start the session. So, which city are you guys coming from? Mumbai, nice. Delhi. Come on, fast. Paris, nice. Hi, Fab. How are you doing? Italy, Hyderabad, France, Mumbai, Ahmedabad, Bhubaneswar, Gandhinagar, Gujarat. Wow, this is going to be really interesting. All right. Okay, so I am very excited to talk a little bit about the overview of Dreamflow, and I am so excited to see Vivek's session where we actually build something as well. So, a little bit about me. I am Pooja Bhaumik. I have been working with Flutterflow for 2.5 years now, and I have been working with Flutter for around, I don't know, since 2018. So I am very excited to see the era that we are today where everything is agent based, everything happens in a quick second. You just write in natural prompts and things are built, right? Websites have been like it's revolutionized so much that you can build a website in just like few prompts and also publish immediately. But we have to talk about mobile apps today because that's a different genre completely, right? Websites are great, but mobile apps are something that actually can make and break a business today because everyone is having an app on their fingertips, right? Websites are great for reaching the users and like talking a bit about their product, but the real businesses are built on mobile apps today. So we are so excited to talk about how we can build scalable businesses with mobile apps. And this is where Dreamflow comes into the picture, right? And we currently, all the tools that we have today have a bit of limitations, right? For example, they don't have an ecosystem that is very strong for mobile development, where you also have, sorry, mobile development. You also have restricted tooling, for example, integrations or deploying to the app stores is also not that supported. There are a bunch of tooling that is still restricted in a lot of tools or current IDEs that we are working with. Then we also are sometimes limited to textual context, right? Yes, sure, we can also attach a screenshot in a lot of tools today, but I feel like in mobile apps the visual context is so much more required than the textual context because everything is so visual in a mobile app, right? So we'll talk about how Dreamflow is solving that. So, tell me a bit in the chat if you've ever used Dreamflow before, like even just a small experiment, a little small counter app, a Hello World app. Have you used Dreamflow at all? Tell us in the chat. Okay. Yes, yes. So there are some no's as well. So I'm so excited for you to join this session because we're gonna learn so much. Yes, some of you have tried it once. Some of you are coming from V1, which was a whole different product, right? So it was so different 1.0 because that was an app, a prompt to app tool, like a lot of the website builders that we have today, that you give a prompt and it actually builds a website for you. The same way it built a Flutter app, But Dreamflow 2.0 is so much different, right? So let's talk a little bit about how we are solving the current mobile development workflows limitations today with Dreamflow. All right. So first of all, I think if you are coming from Flutterflow, or you're coming from any other no-code tools as well, you will realize that this was something that a big limitation, that code was not, the first class citizen in a lot of these tools. I mean, in Flutterflow, you could always access the code, but you could not change the code, right? Like you had to change the code through the visual elements first. And a lot of other tools that we have for that is built, agent based as well, or no code as well, though access to code was a little limited because it was mostly about like how you can like prompt things via natural language and change, the code, change the features in a way. But a lot of times, at least for developers coming from traditional backgrounds, a simple change that could be just like, one line change, I don't want to ask the agent to do it, right? It's obviously wasting the credits as well. And I know exactly where to change the color, I know exactly where to change the text string, so I don't really need to use an agent for that, right? So this tool currently, Dreamflow, will have full access to code editors, so you can change the code directly in the platform itself, and it will show up in the preview. We'll talk more about how it looks. I'll give you a small demo of the tool as well. But I think what I really like about Dreamflow is the visual building aspect. For example, you can inspect the preview directly in the platform itself and change the elements with a visual editor, a properties editor. So for example, if you want to change this line chart, you just have that entire properties list in the property editor directly, and you can just change it like true or false, or change the drop down into some other value, or add a different text, whatever. You can have this visual editing aspect added to your workflow, which is so much easier for people who are more designer based, or they want to see the changes immediately and also don't have much knowledge of the Flutter code itself, so they don't exactly know where the change in the Flutter code is. But when they're clicking on an element, they can immediately just see the properties list and just toggle the values, right? So this is so much different than a lot of the tools that we use today, which are, yes, they, some like Cursor would have the direct code, but it does not have access to the visual aspect of building mobile apps. And the other tools as well, they probably don't have such a complex and advanced property editor, which Dreamflow is providing through its platform. And of course, if you're talking about mobile apps, you probably know, if you've ever deployed an app, it's a whole new process. It's a whole advanced process. I think a lot of us probably just lose the confidence when we have to like deploy to App Store and Play Store. Is there anyone in the chat who has an app that was deployed to App Store and or Play Store in the past? And how difficult was the process for you? How many days did it take you to just figure out the CI process? Like, yeah, there are some people who have actually, deployed. How difficult was it for you to, figure out the CI process? Yeah, you have to do so much manual work. 15 days, that's so much, right? And of course, I mean, there's a whole new process once you also deploy, but we're not going to talk about that, right? Play Store was fine. iOS was hell. I would agree with that. Because yes, they do have a lot of processes for sure. It's a lot of headache. I mean, just to figure out the steps, and then where do you find the keys, you need to create the app ID, you need to create make sure the version code is updated, and make sure the connection is fine. And there's if you have used Code Magic, you have to make sure the build file is properly formatted in the right steps that you need to do to actually build that APK or IPA file. It's a lot of work that you need to do, and I think Dreamflow solves this to a significant amount, because you have this dialogue in the platform itself that, hey, I am ready to deploy now, and I just have to, for the first time, I just have to figure out the key ID, the issuer ID. For Android, you need to figure out, the system, the credentials from GCP as well. You just figure out that once, and from the next time, you have to just click on one button and just deploy to App Store and deploy to Play Store. And it's such a smooth process after that, because Dreamflow is doing all that work for you to deploy it to the stores, and you just have to focus on building the app, right? Next, I would love to talk about the restricted tooling limitation that we solve, right? As I said, like in the platform itself, you can preview the code, you can preview the app directly, right? But not only that, you can also inspect different elements in that preview itself. So if you are looking for that particular stock chart, or you're looking for that particular column and you want to edit something there, so you can easily just inspect that preview, and all the elements will be presented in this highlighted box, and you'll be able to see where exactly the change has happened. I will obviously show you the demo directly once we move to the demo, but yeah, that's where you can inspect the code directly and inspect your preview. Next, obviously, we would have errors, right? You're running an application, so there will be some errors that pop up, and it is very required for you to access the debug console, where the print statements are getting printed, or the errors are displayed as well. So it is very important for you to know exactly what is happening with your app when you run it. And the debug console is also available in the platform directly. So as I mentioned, the preview is running the app. So the debug console is also printing all the error logs at the same time. Next, I love this part that, hey, again, as I mentioned, then mobile apps are very visual, right? So we want to make sure that in the agent, we also provide visual context. So in the platform directly, other than obviously textual context, which is like, hey, do this, do that kind of a thing, you can also just click on an element and add it to agent, and agent knows exactly what you're talking about, and it also adds a screenshot of that particular element. You can screenshot an entire screen, or you can screenshot a single element from that preview, and you don't have to actually screenshot yourself. Dreamflow is doing that. You just have to tell agent that, hey, right click on it and just add it to the agent, and that's it. So that is something that I definitely want to show you in the platform as well. And of course, we also have the visual widgetry. So a lot of times we need to figure out that, hey, what is the structure of the screen, right? What is the children of the column? What is the children of the row? How is it structured in a vertical and a horizontal way? Here you can see that entire widgetry without having any abstract layers. You can see that entire widgetry in the platform directly, and you can also add elements in between the widgetry as well through the the widget drop down as well. And last, we obviously have access to the app logs as well in the agent panel. So when we are talking to the agent, a lot of times we have the errors in the debug console, but we don't know exactly how to solve it because maybe we do not know Flutter, or maybe we are lazy, right? Like a lot of us are lazy nowadays. So what you can just tell the agent is that, hey, there are runtime errors, and it will automatically just view the app logs that was printed the last 200 lines, and it will figure out the problem here. Like, for example, in this case, the problem was probably a null index, and it figured out through the app logs because it can access the latest 200 lines. All right. So let me tell you, like, again, we want to make sure that we are building apps that can scale, and we want to try this with Dreamflow and see how efficient your workflow is. And as you can see, this presentation is actually a very interactive presentation, because here you can actually run all the Dreamflow apps here, because this is a Dreamflow app, right? So this is actually a Flutter web app that is a presentation that I built with Dreamflow. So all the things that you see here are actually web views of real Dreamflow projects that were built by our users. So you can see that this is all web views, and this entire slide is also a Dreamflow app. And I just want to show you directly the Dreamflow platform. So let me just make sure that I resume the session and restart the Dreamflow tool. All right, so here, if you can see, I will just make sure this is a little increased. Okay, so yeah. So here, if you can see, this is the presentation that I just showed you, and that was actually built in Dreamflow last night, because yeah, I do things at the last minute. So I was like, okay, how do I make this presentation immediately? And I used Dreamflow to build the site. So that was pretty cool. And yes, that deck was Dreamflow. So I'm going to just show you that, hey, this is how this looks, the Dreamflow platform. This is what I was talking about, the widget tree. And here is the preview in the center that I can enable inspect mode. And if you can see, I can see exactly where my elements are, right? These were not built in Google Slides or Keynote or anything. This was all built as a web page. And if you see now, I can easily say that, hey, I want to change the text. I can change it here directly itself. And maybe I can try it something like, hey, that's cool. I've just added this. Okay. So, hey, that's cool. Yeah, now we have a new title slide. Okay. So this is all images. Now I want to run this app directly, right? So if I'll just close this, I can run it directly here, right? And as I was saying, these are all web views, right? So I want to inspect code again. And if you see, this is an HTML element view that is running a Dreamflow project that was actually deployed from this platform itself. For example, here you see this publish button, and I just deployed this web deployment, and that's what you were seeing. That was actually a deployed site, the deck. And then I mean, I will not actually deploy to iOS and App Store, right? This one at least, but you can do that if you are building an app. So in this case, it was just a website. So I deployed it directly, and I just had to like click this button, and it took probably around like maybe 2 minutes, and then it deployed. And that's what you saw there. And here, if I want to see what exactly is the code for this, I can go to the code tab, right? So in this case, there's a tablet device frame. I can see, the entire code here. And maybe let's see okay. So here, if you can see here, I have the URL of the app that I was showing in the preview, which is this one, the piano app, right? So this is how you can see, exactly which part of the code I'm trying to access, because obviously it is hard to tell the agent that, hey, there is this one element in the middle of the screen that I need to like edit. That's not the right way to do it. What I can do is that I can just, maybe this custom paint or something, I can right click on it, and I say add to agent. And as you see, this agent opens up, and this creates a screenshot here. If you can notice this is a screenshot of that widget that I said add to agent, and it also adds the custom paint object or the widget in the agent context itself. Now I can say something like, change the UI to something something, right? So I can do that directly because now it has context here. So this is how you can make sure that the agent has the correct context of the widget that you're working with. And here, as you can see, we have the debug console, which has a bunch of errors for the UI, obviously. So it can show you exactly, the error here. And you can monitor what exactly is going wrong with your with your app preview. All right, here, as you can see, we can also add a screenshot, an entire screenshot here, and say that, okay, let me remove these screenshots and say change the background color for this slide or something, you know. So let's see if it understands exactly which slide I'm talking about, because I did not send the widget context here. I just sent the entire screenshot. But again, the good part is that I don't have to actually take a screenshot from my system, right? I am only changing the UI. I'm just sending the entire screenshot, and it has to figure out from what it understands from the app, right? So let's see what it does. Let's Of course, other than that, we can also check the theme, right? So here you have the dark mode theme, you also have the light mode theme. Here you can set all the theme values directly. You can also have the images, like for example, all these images were added for the slides. And then that's a very good question. Which color? I did not mention that. Okay, it changed some color for sure. All right. That's pretty good observation, Hitesh. I actually did not tell it which color. I can change it, but as you see, the color has changed into something that the agent thought was the good color, and I actually like it. It's not bad. I don't know if it's changed for every. No, it did not change for every slide, because this is the only slide that had like plain color, and every other slide it's still the animated color. If you can see, the color is also moving. That's a custom painter that is in a background where we have a bunch of colors, and they are also like animating as well. So that's pretty cool. And then you obviously said, as I said, you can also connect to Firebase, you can connect to Superbase. So you can do a bunch of things. And you can also download this code base, and maybe if you want to run it in your physical devices or simulators, you can do that as well. Soon we will also have a better way to connect to physical devices from Dreamflow itself. But for now, you can download the code base, because right now it only runs the web view. But at some point, you want to try your Android app, you want to try your iOS app in a native simulator, in a native device, then you can download the code base at that point of time. So yeah, that's basically what I wanted to show you. I don't know how the responsiveness is going to be. It's terrible, but I only built it for the web. But yeah, I think that's mostly what I wanted to show, the platform. And I think it's pretty cool that I actually built this in some 2 hours in Dreamflow, because I was so lazy doing this in other tools. And I would say 90% of it were prompts, because as I said, lazy. So 90% were prompts, and mostly it was like, hey, animate this, animate that kind of thing. So it was pretty cool how this was finally built. So yeah, that's mostly it. And yeah, I would love to see what Vivek builds with you, because we are going to build something in the platform, and Vivek is going to show you exactly what we need to do. And I'm very excited what we build by the end of the session. So can we have Vivek on the stage as well?
Hey all. Hi Pooja. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Oh, perfect. Thank you so much, Pooja, for showcasing that piano app, and that looks really good. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Anything else that you want our
No,
viewers?
you can take it now. So I would love to see what we build.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will try to share my screen. Yep. Okay. So that was really great session from Pooja, and I hope I will be able to continue what she left. What we are going to see in this session is Know Your Dream Flow, which is almost covered by Pooja. I'll just show a small glimpse, and then we will straight jump into building the best calculator app that we know. Okay, so first thing, what is Dreamflow? Dreamflow is a first platform for which have code development, agentic, and visual, as explained by Pooja. Okay, I will not spend so much time over here. Let's quickly jump ahead. Very important thing that you have to understand while interacting with Dreamflow is that your source, the app code is the source code, right? It is source of everything that you're going to do. So that means Dreamflow does not store any else. It just keep looking at your code, okay? And you interact with the code using agent, or you can go ahead and edit the code, or do it visually, right? Okay. What else? How do we start with Dreamflow, right? After a puja session, I guess this would be the question that everyone is asking. How do we start with Dreamflow? So we have three options. The first one is to give a prompt and get started. Second is start from scratch. For example, let's say you don't want to build an application from prompt, but you want to have a very specific and categorized application that you want to build. And that's where the scratch helps. You start an application, a very plain application, and then give prompts to agent, and then agent will keep building it for you. And then of course templates. So we have a lot of templates that you can start with. Okay, so this is how our dream flow looks. Okay, and I hope everybody understood by now what is module panel, what is stop bar, what is content panel, what are properties panel, and what are agent panel. We are going to use all of them. Okay, now this is very important. What are we going to build, right? So you might know that right now build fest is going on, and right now we have a challenge of building best calculator app. So I thought, what? Why not? Let's build it in this session so that you know how to build it, a calculator app. Or if you already know, then it will just give you a jump on how the best use case of Dreamflow would be for you. Okay, I will just show you a small glimpse of how this application will look like. So the core of calculator app will start with architecture. So it will have clean architecture and module system. It will have a tech stack of let's say state management is Riverboard, DI is Get It, database is SQLite, and network client is Tayo. Then we'll have product features like basic maths. The application should be able to do basic maths. Plus, it should be able to save whatever calculation we have done. And the next feature would be, of course, AI feature, right? We cannot launch anything without AI in today's world, at least not today. So we'll have a simple AI feature, which would be a basic prompt-based calculation, and of course all the application should have NFR, right? So here we are going to have observability and accessibility. In observability we will try to have crashlytics and analytics and a basic accessibility for us. Okay, so before we start, do you have anything else that you want to have in the application? If yes, please comment down. Okay, so we will start our application with architecture, stack, and design system. So for that, let me quickly jump to Dreamflow, right? That's what we are going to do. So this is the homepage of Dreamflow. As soon as you log in, you will jump over here, and as in previous slides, we have many options to start with. Let's start with a new project. We will call it the calculator app. Yeah, we'll have a blank project. Let it create. Perfect. Oh, and let me know if you love this asteroid ride, because I loved it. And you can see my high score, right? It is 4490 right now. And I'm still playing it. I'm hoping I'll get ahead of 10,000. I have so many people who have 10,000, 15,000 scores. So, yeah, wish me all the best with that 10,000 score. Okay. So here, look at very carefully what this, what how our application is being loading. So Dreamflow will create the project first, then it will load dependencies, and after that it will start the preview for us. The center panel is the content panel where we are able to see the preview. Okay, this is very starter application, right? That's what you can see. It is only showing us a calculator app. This calculator app is known as Dreamflow calculator app. Okay, Dreamflow starter project. Can I interact with it? Yes, I can interact with this. Can I change my destination? It can be the phone or tablet, or even expand it, right? Okay, let me just head over to phone, and then let's jump on agent to start building the application. So, what is our strategy to build this calculator application? I am following a simple strategy. That strategy is give everything step by step to the agent. Do not give everything at once. Why? Because when you give everything at once to agent, it will do a lot of work, and it is true for all the agent. It can be Cloud A, it can be Gemini, it can be GPT-5, anyone. So my strategy over here is provide each steps one by one to agent. So let's start with architecture, right? So I have this architecture prompt ready with me, which says create a Flutter calculator app with clean architecture, some domain information, some data information, some presentation information, and let it do the magic. Also, make sure. Also, I have made sure that I have selected auto here instead of a specific agent. I am just asking Dreamflow to choose whatever best agent that it thinks right now. Okay. Till it's built, let's also see a few more things. So can you see these threads? So if I click on these threads, you can see it gives me history of all the threads that I have. I can click on back to chat and it will take me to the latest thread. If I click on this button, it will take me to the latest thing which is happening in the agent. I can also click on follow string. If I click follow string, it will follow the changes that are done in the agent. Let's quickly check what our agent is doing. It is saying I'll set up a clean architecture structure, domain data presentation, add driver pod and shared preference, and implement a functional calculator with history memory controls. Okay. One thing which I have done here is instead of asking SQFlight, I have asked it to use shared preference. Okay. And that is why it has chosen shared preference. Here I should have some code ready with me. Okay, so we have domain folder. Okay, that's great. And it is folder wow. We have main.dart. Yes, we have main.dart. Theme.dart. We have theme as well. That is really great. And if you click on this button on the side menu, this button, it will show us all the theme that is present right now in our application. Okay, let me close the widget tree. I'll have code, and let's again keep a look at whatever agent is doing. And I've seen a lot of developers who are using agents to build their application. They do not look at what agent is doing for them, and that is not a good thing. They should always look at what agent is doing so that they know their output. Okay. So for example, here our agent has added the driver pod and shared preference in prospect.yml. That is really great. We have operations enum here, perfect. Some calculation objects, some result objects. Wow. So now it is creating abstractions as we have in clean architecture. That is really good. Few more abstractions. Then we have save history, perfect, clear memory. That is really good. So it is able to understand that I will have a database that I might want to clear, right? Or a history that I might want to clear. So here our agent is able to understand, is able to think few more things that I have not provided to it, and that is really good. And you know why I'm using Dreamflow for my Flutter application? See, because I want an agent which is trained on Flutter code. Okay, I don't want agent which is trained on Python code. I am writing Flutter code, right? I want Flutter output, then I should have an agent which is trained on Flutter code, and that's where Dreamflow is. So here we can see a lot of changes are happening, and while these changes are happening live in our Dreamflow console, it is showing us where we have error, and our agent is working on it to fix these errors. Oh, that's really great. Let's have a quick look on the files that are being created. So we have Android folder, perfect. Asset folder for icons and all the other images. iOS folder for iOS application deployment. Then lib folder, web folder for web deployment. Analysis options YML, perspective.yml, and readme.md. Let's look at the perspective. So here we can see shared preference is added, rubber pod is added. Okay, that is good. Let's jump into lib folder, and do let me know if the font is visible, because I can increase the font to make it better. Okay, let me do one thing. Let me close the agent. Okay, yeah, now I have more space over here. Let's look at what we have in lib folder. So I have some data sources like local history data source, some model, calculation model, left, right, operation. Wow, that's really good. Result model, I have value, and I might also have error. Look at the intelligence over here. The error should be optional for result, right? It may occur or may not occur. And that is why it is an optional parameter or optional value for result model. I have two JSON from JSON directly ready with me. Okay, that's great. From entity, that is really good. Repositories, I have two repositories. One is calculation repository and another one is history repository. Good. Then I have some domain entities, calculation, operation, result. Then some more repositories. So here, these are abstracted repositories. Okay. Wow. So the Dreamflow is able to bring up Dart3 records as well. That is really good. Use cases. I have some use cases of clear memory, perform calculations, save history, and all of this. Is my agent is completed? Let me see if my agent is over. So our agent took 3.4 seconds to bring all of this, and it just used 1.82 credits, and that is really good. And I think we have some more examples of okay, perfect, cool. Now that I have, now that I have my architecture in place, right? This is the time to move to the second step. The second step is to define design system. So let's give a design system prompt to our Dreamflow. And as usual, I have I have my prompts ready with me. Let me make it auto and paste the prompt. So here I'm saying that, hey agent, create a comprehensive design system for iPad calculator app. I'm specifying that my deployment is going for the iPad and you have to take a reference of iPad because I believe Apple applications are really good. Okay. Uh, let's give this to Dreamflow and let it does the magic. Okay, till the point it is doing the magic, let's also see what other pages that we have. So we have calculator controller. Okay, so this calculator controller is performing all the tasks. We have pages and look at the architecture. It is really nice implementation of clean architecture. Calculator page. Here we have calculator state, controller, all of this before our any widget. That is good. I have icon button, safe area. Wow. Then I have column. Look at this. It has automatically created components for us. It is not hard coding everything in a single page. It is creating components and that is really good. So I have component for calculator display, operation control. Wow. Following, I have expanded and the calculator button grid is wrapped with expanded so that it take all the space that is available. That's smart. I also have bottom sheet for open history and that is really good user experience. Even I would have chosen bottom sheet for showing history. Okay, perfect. I have state folder, I have widgets. Let's go and see our components. Look at this. So we have some void callback, but as soon as we have our custom function, so it has created custom function callback. Wow. Look at this. Even we have small buttons component created over here. That is good. That is really good. Then display.dot operation controls. Okay, these are our components, the widgets. Then we have provider. So we have provider for calculation, history, save, clear memory. Good. Look at this text which is coming over here. Right. So it is saying agent is generating. So once agent has completed a task, it will go away. So it gives us an info on if my task is going on or not. Okay. Now look at this. Right now, in the UI, we are able to focus on the latest prompt over here. Even if I'm scrolling it on top, it has stopped me to focus on the current prompt, and that is good. If I want to go back to previous prompt, I can click on this button to go back to previous prompt. And if I click on this one, it will take me to the next prompt, right? And that's good. That's good. Let's see what it had done for design system. After our prompt, it is saying, I'll scan the existing theme and presentation code so the design system integrates cleanly without breaking current architecture. Oh wow, that's good. Then I'll add a responsive design system with grid, typography, color tokens, and interaction behaviors and wire them into app. Nice. Look at this. This is very important to understand how Dreamflow works, right? In our previous, in the slide, I have told you that your code, right? Your generated code is the source of truth for Dreamflow. Okay, and look at this. So how it does is basically it start reading your code first and then only perform anything on it. So it knows that I have to work on design system, right? So that's why it started from theme. We have this theme.dart file followed by page, components, hotspot.yml, right? So it read everything and then only it it planned that now I will add A responsive design system with tokens, breakpoints, grid colors, typography. This is really intelligent that it is automatically able to add the breakpoints. Then interactive button component upgrade, and then upgrade calculator page to adopt all of these. That's great. Okay, it is also focusing on hover, haptics, page to history, and basic drag of the result. Okay, that's cool. Design system dot dart. So let's see if we have design system. So yeah, so it has created design system dot dart, and look at this. So in the presentation, it created a design folder. Inside design folder, it added design system complete, design system file. Okay, let me quickly bring my charger so that I do not run out of charge. Okay, perfect. Just give me a second. Okay, cool. Let's get back to our agent. So after the design system, it created keypad button. Okay, it updated few things in display.dart. What I can do is I can make the agent window smaller so I can look at this. So if I click on display.dart file over here, it opens. In the content, I can see the display.dart file. So we can see it has done some changes. And if you want to see the changes, look at this. Okay, so it says that it had added few things in the page. Then in button grid, oh okay, there are a lot of changes that happen into button grid. Okay, let me just hide it so I can click on collapse. It'll just hide. Then a lot of changes on calculator page, design system, then again on keypad button dot. So this agent, right, it understands things iteratively, it works iteratively. So while even working with few things, if it understood or if it get anything like, I want to go back and update the previous updated file, so it will go back and do it. Okay, and this is very good that after doing everything, after doing every change, Dreamflow compiles our code. Dreamflow compiles our code and checks if there is any issue that has been caused, and if yes, it will fix them. And it will keep doing that until we have all fixed errors. Okay, and even if you have error, we'll see that how it solves that. So that's good. Our agent is completed, has completed its work. It took 248 seconds and 1.53 credits to add design system, and that is really good. If I do not have Dreamflow and if I have to do this by my own, I'll I will have to at least spend 3 to 4 days, at least 3 to 4 days to have the design system in my application. That's good that we have Dreamflow and it is able to do it. So checklist, it has introduced a responsive design system, good, interactive accessible keypad buttons, implemented iPad specific layouts, nice, thank you. Applied typography, added keyboard shortcuts, and then some analyzing. Okay, what I have added, design system has added, buttons are created, displays, the presentation, screens are upgraded. Okay, and then a lot of things. Now, what's next step? Next step is adding features, right? Now I have architecture, I have design system. That means I can jump on to build a feature. Now, I use a strategy. Another strategy for interacting with Dreamflow is that always use new thread whenever you're doing a new thing, right? In previous thread, we have done setup of our project. In the new thread, I am going to add features for our project. So let's start with the first feature, that is implementing basic math functionality. And I have my prompts available with me. Let's do one thing. This time, let's read out our prompt. So I'm saying implement a comprehensive basic math functionality. Core operations, addition, subtraction, multiplication, percentage, square root, sign toggle, decimal, operation handling. I've also given an information on operation handling, input validation, calculation engine, some information on how calculation engine should work. Okay, so look at this prompt. I am giving exact thing what my agent has to do. I'm not giving any vague thing like implement calculation, calculator operations. No, I am saying, hey, you have to implement this operation, and this is how it looks, right? So this way, our agent don't have to think outside of the system. It will only focus on the application that we are building, right? Okay. Now, let me click on this button and let agent start its work. Okay. Why do I create new threads? Okay, you should have this question. Why I'm creating a new thread? Why cannot I use a same thread for everything? So the answer is I can use same thread for everything and it is not harming me anything, right? But if I use same thread for everything and if I want to go back and see what I had done previously, right, it would be very hard for me. Okay. Discoverability inside my prompts will become harder. So to improve discoverability, we have this feature by Dreamflow, right? That I can create multiple threads. So that's why I am creating a new thread for every new thing that I am doing. Okay, for example, I can click on this thread. I can go back to previous threads and see what was done over here, which file was updated, what was the conclusion, how it started, what was my prompt, right? So I have this history which is preserved, and by using correct way of threads, I'm able to improve my discoverability of my prompts. I hope you would be, doing the same. So let's give it some time. Yeah, let's give it some time. I can see some comments from Carlo. What I love about Dreamflow is the quality of code generated. It produces exactly what I have in mind with a great and correct implementation. And that's rightly said, Carlo, because Dreamflow's agents are trained on Flutter code. They know what has to done for Flutter application. And for a fact, okay, for a fact, let me tell you this very clear that Flutter is the next big thing which is happening right now. I believe that the next front end should be built into Flutter because Flutter have a lot of things for development and then post development. Right? I am working with Flutter for 7 years, and I've stuck to this technology because it is doing what has to be done by modern application, like modern properties, like WADM support, like cross platform. I don't have to spend so much time on writing for multiple platforms, right? I should write once and then it should work on every platform. Perfect. Okay, as we know, we have to keep an eye on what our agent is doing. Let me expand our agent window. Okay, let me expand it and see what it's doing. So it says I'll scan the existing code to understand current calculator structure and identify where to extend the calculation engine and UI controls. So look at this. The agent understood that I already have some calculator engine or calculator operations available in my application. And if I want to do any change on top of that, I should understand it first. Okay. So you can see it opened a lot of things like operations, result, calculations, even abstraction. You can see, right? It is reading a lot of files and making sure that it generates the correct code. Okay. So here, after reading almost 10-15 file, it says understood. I'll introduce a decimal-based expression engine with undo, redo, memory functions, and extended operations, and then wire it into controller and UI, adding a memory bar and a small preview in the display. That's good. It also understood that it has to add a dependency. How it does? It basically went to pub.dev and understood which is what would be the best package that it has to add in my application, and it will add these dependency automatically in my Oscar.yml. I'll jump to see few more comments. So Funny Fusion says, I make an application with the feature of booking app. That's good. Also, if you have not participated in social media challenge, please go ahead and participate in social media challenge. The URL is provided in the comment by Prasad, and yes, there are exciting swags that you can win. Call me phrase is with Dreamflow. Now I can speak Chinese. Thankful Dreamflow. That's good. That's really great to hear. Manu says, I have tried an image and it worked outstanding. That's great. We have an image option over here, right? That you can attach an image and give it to agent so that it understood what it has to do. What it has to do. Blue app is saying, is there a possibility to create a copy of the project just in case it crashes? So Blue app, the copy, right? The copy of this code, whatever this code is always available to you. And if it is crashing over somewhere over here, you can click on the, the project name and then click on the download code. What I would suggest, right? You should have a Git with you and you should download and keep that code with you because see this is very important, right? Dreamflow does not lock you. It does not say to you that you, this code which you generated will always be with me. Dreamflow says this is your code and you have absolutely every right to take your code with you. Okay, and yeah, so I would say that keep downloading your code with you every time. Okay, now it's time to see what our agent has done. So it added dependency, that's great. It created a expression engine or Dart. Wow. Then it updated calculator state. It understood that I have to go and update the calculator state, right? And I think it is including the expression now. Then reading calculator controller. So while in process, if it understood that there are few more things that it has to understand from a few more files before making any change, so it will do that. For example, here it wanted to do some change in calculator controller, and that's why it first read the calculator controller, understood how this calculator controller is being written, and then only made the change. Okay, it can do iterative of changes, okay, based on the plan that it has created for itself. Okay, so I can see it is doing a lot of changes in display.dart, and then on the calculator page it is again reading the calculator page to make sure that it is doing the right change. Okay, a few more changes. Perfect. Now it is writing into calculator page. I can click on follow strain so that I stay over here. Okay, I also have some warnings. Let's look at them. So it says unused import. Okay, perfect. Is it? Okay, as soon as I click on this, you see it took me to the file where it is having this unused import. So it is saying, and even we can see in the code editor, it says these are the unused import. I can click on quick fix and it will get it done. Okay, let's do it. Click on quick fix, remove unused import, and it's gone. So while our agent is doing its work, we can keep updating the code. Okay, and our agent will then adopt all the updated code. So we don't have to worry on that. Now let's look at the warnings. We have resolved two warnings and that's why it is being reduced from 5 to 3. Few more stuffs, unused local variable, out is not used so we can remove it, perfect. And again few more unused imports, that's great. So this window also gives us some info that we can follow. So it is saying unnecessary import dot UI is unnecessary because all of the others are imported. Good. So right now I have 8 info issues that are over here, and these are non-problematic issues, so that's fine. Okay, let's close it. So here agent is still working on it. Okay, what else we can do? We can let's look at the summary or preview. Oh wow, can you can you see the change? The change over here is that now our calculator looks very similar to an iPad calculator, right? Look at the theme. It looks like an iPad theme, right? We have bigger text area, the colors, the cancel button, then text over here, and look at this flutter related stuff, right? This overflow issue. That's good. Let our agent fix it. Okay, and we can also go ahead and see where it is giving error by clicking on inspect code. Okay, I think it is now agent is generating, that is why it is not available. Let me do one thing. Meanwhile it is generating, let me stop the app and start it. Okay, so if I run my application, let me also expand the debug console. Okay, I can click on this button and give it some time and it will start the application. Oh, it is not starting the application because right now in our code we have some errors. Okay, and these errors will be solved by our agent. Give some time to our agent. Analysis errors. I have 6 issues. Okay, that's great. So look at this. The Dreamflow understand it basically keeps checking if there is any issue that is being occurred in our application, and it shows us at the bottom right that I have 6 issues, 4 warnings, 8 infos. Okay, and at the center bottom we can see it is saying, okay, you have analysis error, and that is why I cannot start your application. I have to fix them before starting it. Okay, here our agent is saying I'll run compile to catch any analyzer fix. I think it got some analyzer error, and that is why it is still doing some work. And that's great. You know what? While our agent is doing, what else we can do? Here we can go ahead and look at the code, make the changes in the code, look at the widget tree if our application is running. Okay, inspect something, do the debugging while our agent is working. Okay, what else we can do? So we can plan our next steps by looking at what agent is doing, so that we know what kind of code is being generated, which code is being generated, right? Is there anything which agent has done wrong for us, right? This is AI agent, right? It may do some wrong things, so we should know where it has done things which are wrong, and we should be ready to fix them up. Okay, or we should tell the agent that you have to go and fix the issue right at this point. Okay, Pulkit Birla says, can it understand the behavior of my code and how by implementing features and building code architecture? Yes, it can. So Dreamflow, again, Dreamflow, the source, right? The source is your code that is being provided over here. Okay, and you also have an option of uploading your project. You upload the project and start working with that in Dreamflow. Whenever you give any uh, any prompt to agent will first understand your code, how it has been written, what is architecture, how themes are added, what design patterns are added into your project, so that whenever it does any change, it follows your style. Okay, and yeah, and you can anytime ask the agent to make the whole design pattern and or any implementation better for you. Okay, so here, let me run the application. Here at the bottom right, we can see 0 issues, right? So agent knew that we had some issues that are, that occurred during the code changes, and it fixed all of them. How? So we can see. At this point, it started comparing the code and it understood that it has some analyzer error, right? And then it did the changes to fix them. After fixing one thing, it again recompiled and found out if there are any issue. Okay, it changed it, compiled it again, and at the end, then it told us that the things are done. All the errors are gone. Right. So it is saying that it introduced a decimal-based expression engine, expanded UI for more memory controls, replaced double math with decimal. Okay, that's good. Wire controller to new engine and add keyboard shortcut for undo redo. Thank you so much. What has changed? So it has also given a nice preview or a summary of what has been changed. Okay, there are a lot of things, and that's great. For it, it took 788 seconds and it utilized 4.41 credits. So, as the complexity of a project, as the complexity of our project grows, okay, the model takes more time to understand so that it fix the right problem. It does not go and do any random stuff. So for that, it will take little more time and utilize little more credits. Let's look at what has been done for us. Okay, let me close the agent. Let me focus on the preview. Okay, so you can see our application is running. Okay, in the debug panel, I can see some overflow errors. Okay, and over here as well, you can see some overflow is being happening over here. And I have lot many options available right now. Okay, so let's do one thing. 8 minus 9. I think it is not working correctly, right? 7 minus 7. Right. Okay. So this is the time we ask our agent to fix it. Okay. So now let's talk with our agent. We'll say, okay, let's do one thing. First fix this one. So we'll click on this button. So it will take screenshot. This screenshot will include the overflow. I will say, please fix the overflow error which occurred at the bottom of the app. So in this prompt, I have specified that agent has to work with the overflow, and where this overflow has occurred, it occurred at the bottom. Okay, and also I also provided it a screenshot. So from screenshot, it will understand in our code base where I have the error, and it will right. Look at this. So it has started reading calculator page, button grade, design system to understand where and how it has to fix it. Okay, let me just focus on preview so we can see life changes happening inside our application. Okay, let's also do one thing. Let's look at the code and see what what is the complexity of our code. So in the lib, I have core where I have expression engine. That's good, and it expands over to 500 lines. Wow. I have local history data, okay, and which uses shared preference. That's good to store data offline. Calculation model, result model. We have already saw that. What else? I have a calculator state. Now calculator state is storing few more info. Okay, that's good. Operational controls, display dot dart, cool. Main dot dart. Okay, so it says our application is clean calculator. No, my application is best calculator. Okay, so the title should be best calculator. Theme mode, dark theme, light theme. Theme mode is system. Let's start with calculator page. The calculator page is over here, right? And I have a lot of shortcuts. Nice, that's nice. Okay. So Carlo, the agenda is very simple. We are going to build an application. Let me show you how our application, the funnel application will look like. So our funnel application will look like this. So we are going to build a calculator app which will have the core features like crane architecture, and then uh, with the DI, with the network client. I think network client is not required. Okay. With the database, here we have shared preference. Okay. Then for features, we have basic math, then data to save offline, and I think all of these are working. After that, we will add AI feature. After this, after once we have done this, we'll go ahead and add the AI feature. After AI feature, we will also add analytics feature and accessibility feature. Okay. You might ask me, Vivek, why is this in blue and this in yellow? This is because I have divided my features into V1, V2 as priority to respect the time. So we are going to focus on V1 first, all the blues, and then we'll go ahead for V2. So the AI feature is V2 and accessibility is V2 for us. Okay, so let's get back to the calculator app. Okay, our agent is doing a lot of changes. Okay, that's good. Okay, let's see what it's going to fix our flow. It read few of the files. I'll adjust the layout to be responsive, make the button grid occupy the remaining space, size keys, and based on the available height, eliminating the overflow on smaller screen. So it understood that I have the problem with responsiveness, and to fix it, it has to update the button grid. Perfect. Searching for calculator button grid. Okay, that's good. Okay, lot of changes, lot of changes. So we can see a lot of changes are happening over here. Okay, good, good, good. It is still keeping up to fix the error. Let me click on preview to see if anything is changed. Okay, not yet. Okay, one more thing. We also have this undo redo option in Dreamflow. So if you want to undo a change that has been done by the agent, we can always click on it, and the changes done by agent will be undo or removed. Anytime you feel that you're stuck somewhere, just click on reload project. Let me show you. Click on reload project and it will restart the session, but it will keep agent working. Yeah, again it will follow same thing. To load the project, it will load the project data, basically the code. It will set up a workspace, a live workspace for you. It will analyze the project and it will start with the preview. Okay, give it some time. And meanwhile, if you love this asteroid games, which I love and play it, right now I have score of 4490 and I wish to have score more than 10,000. So you can see the Dreamflow has started downloading the packages, and then it is running the application, and once the application is live, it will open the console for us. Perfect. So now we are into our console. You can see the preview which is happening over here. Let's look at agent, what they are doing. We can see agent is still generating. It is doing its work, and that's great. So even though I am not on my laptop, I'm not interacting with it, agent which was doing its work is still working on it. Okay. I think Pooja has also mentioned Superbase and Firebase, right? So we have the Dreamflow have one click connect to Superbase and one click connect to Firebase. It also generates or creates a project for you in Superbase or Firebase, and then creates configuration and whatever is required to start the Firebase project or Superbase project. Everything is done over here in the same console. Don't even have to leave this console. Apart from authentication, yes, you have to provide authentication, right? Okay. We have assets. So if you want to upload any image, you can go into assets, click on it, upload a file. Okay. We have widget tree. Here we can click on it, and you have two options, whether you can add any of the widget to agent or edit right away over here. For example, if I can inspect it, if I click on the file which is the stack, okay, if I want to do any change, I can do this. I can right click on it and then say prompt edit, and I can prompt over here itself. Okay. Right now I don't want to do any change over here. Let our agent do the work. It's still doing it. Is still figuring out all of things. Yep. And anytime if you feel that our agent is doing a lot of stuff that it shouldn't be, you can stop it. What do you think? What do you think? Should I stop it and start again? Let me do one thing. Let me stop it, and I'll say, hey agent, please resume what you were doing. Okay. Let's look at the preview. Yes, it is over here. I can change it to, let's say, tablet. Okay. So our application is not responsive for mobile right now, but it is totally usable on tablet, which is the iPad. Oh yeah, and we have told the agent that I am going to build our application for tablet, right? That is why it was building like that. Cool. Let's see if we are able to. Oh, look at the accessibility part. It is able to show which button I am going to use. For example, this is backspace. This is plus minus 4, 7, 8, 9. Let me say let's add 100 plus 200 and 300. Look at this, the preview. Okay, let me clear it. Okay, and it says 789 plus 6. I'm not yet completed, but look at the output, 795 on top of that. It is being updated. So let me add 565. You can see it is updating real time. Wow, that's nice thing that is being generated over here. Can click on equals. I have 1443 over here. So that means I also have a preview of my result. Okay, so you can see the result says 2430. If I click on equals, that result is displayed over here. I also have copy result. So the result is copied over here. Okay. We're not sure how we can push it to the history. Okay, history is not over here. If I click on clear history, no. Okay, we'll let agent figure it out. And UI layout to continue implementing math engine, also add a button. Let's do one thing. Let's stop the agent because the overflow is good for the iPad, so we'll not go with the iPad. Let's go with the next feature. So the next feature was to add observability or analytics. Right, we are building an application, and it should always have the analytics feature into it. Okay. So I will say please implement the NFR. For that I will start a new thread, right? I will paste my prompt. So my prompt says implement comprehensive analytics tracking for the calculator app. Set up analytics engine for me, Firebase Analytics. Let's remove the Firebase or just say, okay, just keep the Firebase. I don't want to do Firebase integration right now because, yeah, few days. Core events to track. So I have calculation performed, feature usage, session, natural language, queries, history, actions. Okay, perfect. Let's do one thing. Let's go ahead and do the Firebase integration. I think I have exhausted my Firebase project, but it's good if it is able to do it. Oh wow! So account has been connected, and account has connected to my email ID. I can create a new Firebase project. Let's go ahead and create a new Firebase project. It is creating a new Firebase project. That's good. So right now, at one part, the Dreamflow is creating Firebase project, and at the other end, agent is doing its work of implementing analytics. Okay. I can close this agent. I can click on it again to bring it. Okay. I can double click on any item and look at the properties. Okay. I can go ahead and go inside any of the button, any of the file. You can see on the right side, if I am right now in the material, the properties of materials are open over here. If I am inside the container, the property of container are present over here. If I go inside the text, it will give me details of the text. Look at this. It says that the text is a variable over here. That is why this is a variable symbol. Then all the styles present over here. We also have modifiers if you don't know. You can click on modifier and add anything that will be wrapped to this text. So this modifier will modify the widget that we have over here. Okay. Right now I'm not going to do any modifier. I will leave it up to you to play with it. Okay, let's go back to agent. Let's see what it is doing. So it is generating a lot of some stuff. Just click on follow stream and look at the Firebase. So Firebase saying the project setup is in creation. Okay, let it do its work. Readme.md. Oh, it is not updated, right? In next thread, what we'll do, we will update our readme.md. Let's look at the preview. Okay, preview is good. Code. So we can see over here. Let me close this Firebase. Yeah. So analytics folder is created for us, and here I have analytics manager, analytics service. Good. This is really good. Debug analytics service. No analytics service. So if I don't want anything anywhere, I can use no analytics service. For debugging, I have debug analytics service. It will just print everything in the debug console. Okay. Let's clear the debug console. Yeah. I have a habit of keep clearing the debug console. Okay, our agent is still working. That's good. It is focusing on the adding analytics. Good, that's good. So always remember, whenever your agent is doing some task, right? Don't just leave your agent as it is. Look at the changes that it is making. Okay, so that you understand if that changes are good or not. Okay, it is performing some changes that it has to do. Okay, so for the show model, it's saying that I will add analytics over here and then open the ref model. That's good. So this is how we should build an application with Dreamflow. Okay, you have got many options. You can start with the prompt or start with a template, or you can start with an empty project. We have started with empty project, and then we started focusing on architecture first, then features, and then NFR features, non-functional requirement features, right? And for each features, I've given clear and concise prompt to the Dreamflow. That this is how it has to implement. And look at this. I didn't got many issues. The Dreamflow agent is able to build a lot of things for me. So here we can see in 257 seconds, and by using 1.5 at credit, it added analytics NFR into my project. Okay, I can go back and see where it did all the changes, right? That's good. Now After that, one more thing is left for us is uh, we only have a functionality, right? The offline functionality. Let's give additional information on offline functionality. For that, I will create a new thread and I will say, hey Dreamflow, build the application completely offline first functionality. Store everything in shared preference. Okay. I don't want Hive. Yes, I don't want file system as well. Shared preference for user settings as well. Offline capabilities, full calculator functionality without internet, and it should have last 100 calculation. Okay. Click on it. Let's go back to preview and see and open the debug console as well. Can I reload my application? Let's reload. So I have auto restarted and look at the bottom. Here we can start seeing the analytics. So oh, a lot of things has been started. I have not assumed that it will also be there. Session start, right? So NFR analytics are also added and functional analytics are also added over here. For example, this event is screen view and which screen it is calculator screen. If I click on 9, so you can see it is also registering the click button, right? And see, so it has added analytics on all the calculations. So what if I, let's say, then 29 plus 6, which is 15, equals, so I can see all of these analytics are recorded. Okay, then let's look at Firebase. Okay, so our project setup is done. I can click on configure Firebase. So it will configure the Firebase in my project as well as update the Firebase project to be compatible with my calculator app. Okay. On the right side, I can still see that I can see this our agent is able to read everything before making any change for offline first functionality. Okay. Till now, this is our application. Uh, let's do one thing. Meanwhile it is happening, let's also publish our application. I will click on, uh, you know, just one click deploy, and it will be deployed. And we have few more things which is coming up for custom deployment. So stay tuned, and all this custom deployment will be available for you. Again, if you don't have custom deployment in the application right now in this Dreamflow, can you deploy it on your custom domain? The answer is yes. You can download the code, right? On top left, you can download the code. Click here, download code, and it will download Flutter code for you. Take away your code. Go and deploy wherever you want. Okay. I have created a lot of projects, a lot of complex projects with Dreamflow. One feature which I have, it is having 15 complex features. 15. And let me tell you how many pages it have. It have 50 pages, 50 pages, 15 features. It includes NFR features and a lot of functional features, and that is totally built using Dreamflow. So yeah, go ahead and yeah, I think someone was asking, right? Can I make full application UI? So yes, you can do it. Can I make full application UI using Figma right now? So Figma import, I don't think right now it is available. What you can do, you can just bring the screenshot over here and you'll be able to do it. Figma import is in progress. It should be available within few weeks to you. So stay tuned on that. Okay, our Firebase setup is completed. Okay. Generate with agent or deploy to Firebase. I think our agent is already doing one thing, so we will wait for our agent to include offline first functionality. Okay. Meanwhile, uh, any of uh, any of you have any comment that you want to see here? Oh, we are past 3:30. Okay, we'll make it quick. We'll make it quick and yeah. Always keep an eye on what has been changed by the agent into your code. Okay. Okay. So agent has created a settings page for us. You can see over here. Oh wow! It has automatically added light theme and dark theme for us. Look at this. This is good, right? Let me do one thing. I will ask agent to remove this app bar, but then where I should have these features? Hmm, I don't know. Let's do one thing. Inspect code. Click on this button. Calculator. Calculator display. I should have code for app bar somewhere. I don't want app bar. Or let's just tell the agent to fix it. For that, close it. What if I have expanded or desktop? Okay, tablet, toggle inspect mode. I'm able to toggle all of these. I'm able to select them. I think this part of page. I should go to calculator page and search for app bar. I have app bar. Can I copy it? Copy and say agent. Okay, what do we say? Change the color of app bar to black. Okay. Oh wow. So here we can see now this that is black and this is better. This is much better than before. Yeah. Even light. Okay. For light it isn't. It is not good, but for dark it is really good. Okay. Let's focus on the dark one. Okay. Now, uh, all of these are here. Let's go back to code and see what has been changed. We have analytics, that's good. In the core, data, models, okay, domains, presentation, lot of things around design, Firebase. Okay. We had Firebase setup, right, which is pending. So let's say generate with agent. So it will generate all the Firebase schemas. So we can see here automatic prompt has been added. Ideally, I should have done into a new thread. Okay, okay, cool, whatever. So it is saying generate Firebase client code for the project. Use MCP hologram, get Firebase. So this is an internal MCP, and similarly, there are a lot of MCP that Dreamflow uses internally to get the stuff done, and that is how it is able to generate such a good code, such a good quality of code. Okay. And after that I have deployment. So if I want to deploy, I can deploy it to Firestore directly. Cool. So for everyone who is watching right now, can you comment what else you would want to see over here? What else? What is the one thing that you're liking over here? Can you comment that in the comment section? Okay. So for Firebase, it has started reading a lot of things. Oh, we have not checked how much of credit it has used there, right? So it used 0.12 credit to update the text, the color. Oh, that's good. Not bad. And it updated correctly, right? It went and updated the background color. Perfect. Let's go back to the current agent. So it is okay. It is creating a lot of firebase. Firestore collection by itself. So it understood, the agent understood how many collections I want, to store data on Firebase, and that is how it is doing. So using Firebase or Firestore, I can always have my offline first application, and whenever my application is having internet or it gets Wi-Fi connection, it will automatically sync. The application will automatically sync my data from local to Firebase. Okay. I want to see if I have deployed. Oh, perfect. So I can go ahead and see if my application was deployed. Oh, wow, look at it. This is the deployed application. Yeah, you can, okay, this is a web right now, but I can change it to, do I have iPad? Yes, iPad Pro. Okay, that's good. Now, right? This is what we have built in Dreamflow, right? And we are able to see that over here live, right? And of course, you can deploy it, on your custom servers. But yeah, this is how it looks. Let's interact. Let's see how it is working. So 90 plus 90, 180, 180 multiplied by let's say 90, 16200 divided by 90, 180. Wow, that's good. Okay, let's get back to our agent. Okay, it is generating the new code for Firebase. That's good. Let's close the Firebase console over here and let's see how many changes it is doing. Okay, so you can see it is adding a lot of Firebase related stuff. It also had a Firebase auth service. Okay, but I don't want a Firebase auth service, right? And what I will do in next code, I will say, hey, Dreamflow, remove all the Firebase auth related code for me, right? So this is a simple implementation of calculator application in Dreamflow. I am looking forward to your comments. Okay, I can see some of the feature requests. That's great, and I would like to see what you are going to build in the build phase and in the challenge. Right now we have the challenge of building calculator application in Dreamflow. So go ahead, build it, and let me know what you have built it. Okay, and yep, let's wait for it to complete, and then we can conclude our session for today. Thank you so much, Prasad, for providing the social media challenge link. Everyone, please go and do it. Even I'm doing it, and I have also built a calculator app using Dreamflow, and yeah, I'm improving it. Right now, it is having a lot of AI features, and we are out of the time. But otherwise, I would have, or we have added, the AI feature into our calculator application itself. If you want, I can provide the prompt which I had for AI. So let me do one thing. Let me show you the prompt. So this is the prompt which, okay, I cannot put it over here, right? Well, let me do one thing. Let me create a file. Okay. This is the file which is created. Rename it to AI, oh, AI with AI feature.md, and yeah. So this is the prompt which I am going to use for AI feature, which says calculate the result in natural language math queries, where user can just say what's 20 tip on 85, it's basically percentage, right? 20% on 85, which is 70, and we will let our agent to mm, develop this feature in our calculator app. Oh, perfect, Carlo, perfect. And yeah, that's great way to show what you have built with the community. So whatever you build, go on LinkedIn and Twitter or X.com and show to community what you have built. it will help you in many ways. It will help you in getting the feedback, early feedback from followers or from community members, which in turn will improve your application. It will also give you a place to showcase what you have built, and which generally helps in career, right? So yeah, I always suggest everyone to, build in community. If you have anything, showcase it to community. Okay, we have a big Flutterflow and Dreamflow community, and I would urge all of you to contribute over there. Okay, so look at this. The agent is able to understand, where it has to add and where it has to remove, and it is able to do it. But our job has to be very clear that we should we should add a very clear and concise prompt to our agent. We should provide a correct and specific prompt to our agent. We should not provide any vague to an agent or any kind of agent. Just go to ChatGPT or Gemini or Anthropic, right? We have to provide the correct prompt to it. And there are a lot of tools which improve the prompt. You can use those tools as well, or you can create your own tool. For example, just day before yesterday, I created a tool using Dreamflow to improve my prompts. And you can see, right, all of these prompts are really good, right? This is really good. And do you think I written all of this by myself? No. The application which was created by Dreamflow, I went there and say, hey, just do this for me, and it did. It generated all the prompts that you can see over here. What I did after this prompt, I read through this prompt. Okay, I'm not just blindly using this prompt. I'm reading through this prompt, understanding if these prompts are correct, and then only feeding these prompts to the agent. So the Firebase configuration is completed. It took 474 seconds and roughly 7 credits, because it has to do a lot of stuffs, right? As soon as our project grows, the agent has to do a lot of stuff to make sure that it is doing the right thing. That's why it will utilize some credits. And look at this. At the bottom, I still have zero issues, even after adding 3 to 4 features, Firebase integration, analytics. I still have zero issues, and that is great, right? Cool. Okay. Okay. So let's do one thing. Let's go back to preview, and I will also do one thing. I will update the deployment. I also already had deployment, right? So I will publish it. Okay. Here I can see my application. Blah blah blah. Let's do one thing. No, we have time, right? Uh, so we still have 10 minutes. So let's do one thing. Let's ask our agent to implement this AI feature. I'm copying it and saying implement it. Let's go ahead and implement it. Okay. Let's look at the folder structure over here. So we have analytics, we have core, we have data, domain, and then we have Firestore. In the Firestore, I have auth service, example, Firebase hotels, data schema. That's good. Look at the data schema, right? It has clearly created Firestore collections, properly created the documents as well. Okay, so look at this. This is the way, right? You have to create models for collections and documents, and then use it. You just don't to go ahead and update Firestore as it is. Good. The settings was created for us. Okay, and in the settings we have theme. We can see over here, right? Let me open it and this button. This button is so big, right? Let's do one thing. Let's say make this button same size as others. So there are two ways to interact, using agents. One is to do the prompt edit directly inside the content itself, or you can go ahead and check with the agent, like the agent on the right side. Let it okay, it is doing. Agent is editing your widget. Okay, good. On right side, we can see our agent is generating the code for AI. Widget updated. I'm not able to see it. Has it made some change anywhere else? Okay, but yeah, this is the way you can go ahead and do it. Just one thing, even change this color, but before that, let's check the color over here. Yes, can go in the code, say keypad button. Okay, let's go to preview and say prompt edit, or I can use shortcut as well, right? The shortcut is Command K. So if I do Command K, what would you like to change? Change the color of the container to orange like others. Okay. Oh, some analysis error. Okay. Oh, that is why it is not able to update. So we have right now 60 issues, and I'm very sure that our agent will be able to fix it. Okay. Prasad, if you are there, we can go ahead and for the conclusion and let our agent do the generation part. Thank you so much, Swati. Bye, Carlos. See you. Thanks, Chaitanya. Yeah, Dreamflow is rocking. Ryan says solve using AI. Yes, we are solving using AI. But yeah, we have to tell AI what it has to solve. Okay. And Momo says Dreamflow is best. Yes, Dreamflow is best. Akansha says cool background, Vivek. Thank you so much, Akansha. Yeah, look at this. So agent is doing a lot of stuff to implement the AI feature in the application. Okay, we'll click on follow stream to follow it. How many threads we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's good. It really shows what we are doing, right? In 5 threads and roughly 12 to 13 prompts, we are able to build this application. Let me show you the updated website over here, right? So here, this is updated one where I have the settings. So let me do the dark theme. Okay, dark theme is really good, right? 89 minus 60, 29. That's good. This one is really looking good. It also have Firebase setup available to us, so that's good. We are able to get deployment in few times. Okay, this is the desktop look. Let me also show you the mobile view. This is mobile view. Okay, this is not very responsive right now. It is optimized for iPads right now. This is iPad Air, and this is iPad Pro, and that's a feature of Flutter. Okay. Oops, I think I have closed my screen. Let me reshare. Yup. Okay. Is there anyone in the backend who can add my screen? Okay, thank you so much. Cool. Oh, okay. So our agent is added, but where is it? How do I access it? Let me. Okay, I think application is restarting. Oh, that's good. Application is restarting, and it had restarted. Is it? Not yet. What is this? Let me stop and start it again. I have zero issues, so application should start. 11 warnings, that's fine. Let's see how our this application has changed. So we have natural language matter dot. Okay, okay. Keypad button. So this keypad button is a natural language math. But where do we have change related to the natural language? How do I open it? Okay, let's ask. How do I give line prompt in the calculator app? Natural language, let's look at the file which was created. That file is over here. This one, yeah. So natural language math, it will have an input. Perfect. If input is empty, it returns. That's good. Then some regular expression, feet inches, lot of stuffs. Okay, nice. It is doing a lot of stuffs. Okay, then evaluating expression. Where is it calling API? Is it even calling API? Or the Dreamflow generated this very complex stuff uh, to do the natural language processing in the Dart itself. Wow, I should look at this. Okay, oh, so it has done the NLP in the Dart itself. Now, I should have explicitly said that I want to use AI agent, not do it locally. Okay, but yeah, that's good. Yeah, it is saying you can type natural language prompt directly into the calculator input. Oh, is it? Let's go here. Close the close. This one. Is it? Is it? That's not happening. How do I do that? It is saying I can do it. But looks like I cannot. So you can type natural language into where you normally type numbers, but I don't have a place. So I'll say here I do not have a place to add the text. So what you should do, the next steps, add a text field at bottom to take input from me, and on let's say at the top, take input from me, and the button to start calculation. Okay, so I hope all of you who joined the session got a glimpse on how to work with Dreamflow. We did a lot of stuffs. Okay, we did a lot of stuff with the Dreamflow, interacted with agent, and build a live application, right? And you can keep interacting with the agent, or if you ever want, you can go ahead and do the change in the code itself directly. Okay, you want, you can add a file just like I added a file for MD file, right? You can add a file, you can do your changes, look at the debug console, for debugging stuffs, start, stop your application, create a build, publish a build. I have the application which I directly deployed to iOS and Android from here itself. You have integrations of Supabase, Firebase. Go ahead and do it in this application. We have did the integration with Firebase. And if you have assets, you can add your assets. Our theme is over here. Okay, the widget tree is over here to interact. Okay, I can even interact with widget to do any prompt change directly over here. Right? Cool. I will ask Prasad to join me to conclude the session. Prasad, if you're there. Yeah, Prasad is here. Thank you so much,
Yes.
Prasad, for organizing this event. I think everyone would have benefited from this. I will let you to share your screen.
Sure. Okay. Just a minute. Yep. So, folks, thank you everyone for joining, and I hope you guys really had fun from all the, you can say, knowledgeable sessions from Pooja and Vivek. Right. So, there's a couple of things that I would like to say before we conclude. There is a social media challenge that's going on. You can see the QR on the screen, and also we have a App of the Month challenge where whatever you build using Dreamflow can be showcased in the official newsletter and on their socials. Yeah, so I insist everyone who is a part of this session to try out Dreamflow. Just scan the QR. On the left, you will see a doc. Let me just show you what it really has so that you don't miss out on anything, right? So I'm just going to focus on the steps. You can go through the entire doc later, right? So this is the 4th steps. You just need to write about what you learned on Dreamflow. And if you're creating any app, just take screenshots of the building process of what you learned. You can either post it on X or on LinkedIn. You can choose. We have the official handles listed here for Dreamflow app. And these are the hashtags that we are running for this special campaign of Buildfest. Okay, yeah. And this is the form. They're very important steps, right? So because we need to know what you posted, and then the Dreamflow team will review everything, and the lucky winners will get exciting merchandise from Dreamflow, as well as, yeah, we have a different challenge, as I said, right? App of the month. So here you can showcase what you built using Dreamflow, and that can be selected again by the Dreamflow team to be showcased as app of the month. I hope this is clear. I'm just keeping this on screen for a couple of minutes, and this applies not only to the live viewers but for all the attendees across the globe who are watching this in recorded mode as well. So the challenge is still on. You can create. It will run for maybe another 48 hours till Sunday. Create and write about Dreamflow, post it on socials, and stand a chance to win exciting prizes. Yep. So yeah, so I'll just keep this screen on for next 5 minutes and for 10 seconds, and then we'll conclude. Okay, I'm just looking in the chats if for anything you have any queries that you might have put. So a very important question that has been asked, that should we only show calculator app or can we create anything? So there is no limit of what you can create. So please, use your imagination, write interesting prompts, take references from creative websites, and create an amazing app. It can be anything. It can be something as simple as a to-do app, but with something new, innovations, right? So you can try out with that. And yeah, there's a limit of 10 credits per new account. So in case you max out your credits, there is a Buildfest coupon. Let me just also put that on screen that we're running for this special campaign. Yeah, so you can see somewhere down below on the screen, you can use this Buildfest 50 to get 50% off of the hobby plan, so it directly gets slides per half. So that will give extra credits, or you can just create a new account, and or the limit resets every new month. Yep. So that was it, and I hope you guys had fun. And again, a huge thank you to the whole Dreamflow team for setting this up, and all the amazing speakers and Mano for actually getting things together. Yep. So yeah, and okay, I guess that's bye bye. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, I'll just roll the Dreamflow video that we had, and then we'll conclude. Bye bye. See you, folks.
What if building an app started with just an idea? You describe what you want, and Dreamflow starts building. Dreamflow brings omni-surface editing to app development. Edit visually, with code, or via an agent. Start with a visual canvas, where you can interact with and inspect your running app. And adjust any property right here in the UI. Dreamflow is code native, so your code is the single source of truth. And when you're ready to collaborate with AI, just right-click. Add context, share a screenshot, or tell the agent exactly what you want. Dreamflow's agent understands your running app. It's reading your project, searching files, even fixing errors in real time. So when you ask for a change, the agent builds it for you right where you left off. Connect to backends, APIs, and databases in seconds. No boilerplate, no copy-paste. When you're ready to ship, deploy directly to the App Store. This is Dreamflow, a smarter, faster, more flexible way to build production Flutter apps.